Well, all right.
Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Berlino here in the world famous As It Should Be Studios. Mm-hmm. All right. Crystal Duran over here in the world famous As It Should Be Studios.
Okay, oh yeah.
Tommy Von Void over here in the world famous As It Should Be Studios.
All
right. Well, you hear all the excitement. It's because we are in 2004. It's 2004. Yeah, see? Tommy can't wait. We're going to discuss our favorite albums of 2004.
I got plenty of time. I can wait.
Yeah, well. And I don't know who goes next, so let's find out here.
Who is it?
I don't remember. Who goes first? It's Crystal. Crystal goes first.
Yeah, Crystal gonna give a list. 2004, all right. Okay, here's some fun facts.
Okay.
The first one is very apropos because I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but in real life, tomorrow is the Super Bowl, Sports Bowl.
Yes, we are shooting this on the day before the Super Bowl.
Day before the Super Bowl. And, crazy enough, in 2004, that was when Janet Jackson had a wardrobe malfunction, when Justin Timberlake tore off her shirt and everybody saw her nipple with the nipple ring around it. Oh, God. It was Super Bowl XXXVIII. What is that? That's Roman numerals. I don't know what number that is. So,
it's Latin for football is boring.
Yeah, so wardrobe malfunction was coined because of that incident. And it was a whole big controversy and all that shit. And a lot of black folks hated Justin Timberlake for that because he threw her under the bus. And she was made to really apologize more than she needed to, and this whole thing. Talk to old black women, they'll tell you they're mad. And let's see. Oh, Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan posted a bitter message on his personal blog calling Darcy Wrzecki a mean-spirited drug addict and blaming just James Iha for the breakup of the band because it obviously had nothing to do with him.
Yeah, no, he's never the problem, is he?
But I mean, that's a common theme with Smashing Pumpkins since day one. Is it's never Billy Corgan.
It's
never
always
Billy
the other
Corgan.
people. It's always somebody else.
He seems like a really rational, put together dude.
Yeah, it's never the shitty music. It's always
somebody else.
Yes. You know.
It's always somebody else.
Yeah.
George Michael announced that his Patience album would be his last commercially released record. Future releases will be available from his website in return for donations to his favorite charities. See, it's 2004. Remember that, okay? Luciano Pavarotti gave his last performance in the opera Tosca at the Metropolitan Opera House here in New York City. And I went to that, and it was fucking amazing. Pavarotti. It was great. And Usher released his Confessions album, selling 1.1 million copies the first week, making him the first R&B artist to ever accomplish that. Can you believe that? All the decades of R&B music that come out, and he's the first person to achieve that. I think that's crazy.
It's crazy is one way to put it.
Yeah. And he's going to be in the Sports Bowl tomorrow. The album would be the top seller of the year with 4 number 1 hit singles. It was a monster. It was a monster. And, oh yeah, my birthday present. June 4th of that year, Creed broke up.
Happy birthday to Crystal.
Happy birthday to me.
Thought of you.
That's so nice.
That's a Christmas present to us all, or birthday present to us all.
To everybody, really.
Yeah.
It's a birthday present to the world.
You didn't have to be born on June 4th, but if you were, you may ate some cake. Ray Charles died at the age of 73 from an acute liver disease.
God, has it been that long?
It's been that fucking long. Fantasia Barrino became the first artist in history to debut at number 1 on the Hot 100 with her first record. Can you believe that? An American Idol winner.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Oh, and another birthday present that year. Phish performed their final concert at a 2-day festival in Coventry, Vermont.
Oh, they're dropping like flies.
Wait. Phish has been done for 20 years?
Yeah.
They didn't come back?
They did.
And haunt us again?
I thought they were still around.
So it was really a brief reprieve.
It was whatever, but, I'll take the win there. And Dimebag Darrell was murdered on stage in Columbus, Ohio.
On December 8th.
Yes, that is
same
correct.
day that John Lennon was killed.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah.
He died.
And also, somebody's birthday, December 8th. Yeah, it's Paul's birthday. You got a lot of things going on your birthday, dude. That's nuts. Deranged Fan shot the guitarist 3 times in the head with a 9mm Beretta. How did he even get that close? He just like jumped up on stage and got him?
Well, I don't think they were playing a particularly large place.
It was the
small
Alrosa
place.
Villa, and it was a decent sized rock and metal club, and the place was absolutely
but I mean, it wasn't
packed
like a,
for them,
you know,
but it wasn't like
stadium.
I mean, it wasn't an
like
arena.
he got past MSG security.
Yeah.
And I believe it was actually 5 shots to the head.
Oh, okay.
And he got they were like 30 seconds into the first song. And he comes up behind him on stage and just shot him over and over again in the head. And
Damn, it was
Dime
the
kept
first song?
playing as he was actively dying. Like it didn't register quick enough.
Yeah.
And then down he went. It's fucking horrific.
And he killed 3 other people too.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's
Other
absolutely-
random
it's
people.
monstrous.
Other random
Monstrous,
people.
Yeah.
And then he got shot dead by the cops. See?
Yeah, there was a cop that I think was he off duty?
Yeah.
And he just happened to be close enough
Yep.
that he was there within like a minute and took the guy out.
Nuts.
Yeah, because
Well,
it would have been
actually,
worse.
that's
Because I
probably-
think he turned to aim at Vinny on the drums, and I don't think he wasn't able to get Vinny.
he shot off.
Yeah,
The cop
yeah.
got
That
him.
was, if there hadn't been a cop nearby, that would have been a much worse scene.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
Craziness.
As if it wasn't bad enough.
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my list. I got no runners up.
No, it's 2004.
No runners up,
0.
but do you have 10
10.
albums?
I do.
Well, that's a miraculous enough feat.
I do.
that's an improvement over 2003 for you, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All right, coming in at number 10, I have Amel Larue. It was a self-titled album, and she was another one of these black women, R&B, Black Lily, groove, slow, jammy kind of thing, and beautiful voice. And I think she should have been bigger, but I think her record label didn't know what to do with her, and she just kind of like fizzed out. But really good. Coming in at number 9, I have Talkie Walkie by Air.
Talkie Walkie. I haven't heard of this particular album by them.
Yeah, the hit was Surfing on a Rocket, and it's very atmospheric.
Right.
Surfing on a rocket, doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. It's good for, you're washing dishes or something. It's good. I like it. Coming in at number 8, The College Dropout by Kanye West. This is before he lost his mind.
Oh, Kanye.
When he focused on making music, and it was good stuff. So the 2 big hits off of this were Jesus Walks and All Falls Down. All Falls Down is a beautiful, beautiful song, acoustic guitar driven. I forget who the female singer is, but it's a really great song. And Jesus Walks is a really great song too. I hate him, but I like that music. I do. I hate the skits. See, that's another record. All these stupid skits. Enough of that.
Well, that's very big in hip hop.
It is.
I am with you on it, though. I find it
I don't
obnoxious.
like it.
And it is huge in hip hop, and I
Yeah,
think
that's a
it's
big
really
thing.
annoying.
Yeah, like I said, De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising, it worked.
But nobody else.
But nobody else. And that's another terrible example of it. Number 7, I have Together We're Heavy by the Polyphonic Spree.
Oh, the Polyphonic
Didn't
Spree.
see that coming, did you?
Corn Mo was in the Polyphonic
I
Spree for a
know.
minute.
I learned that when I first
He
met
was?
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
wow.
was. And you can see some photographs of him in the chorus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And it makes perfect sense. Of course he would be in the Polyphonic
Yeah.
Spree.
Yeah.
Corn Mo.
Corn Mo,
A very eclectic singer-songwriter, beautiful, incredible voice with a crazy high range.
powerful voice.
Amazing singer. And he's one of the sweetest, nicest guys
Yeah.
ever. And when you encounter him, you're not really sure what to think because he's just like, yeah, hey, and he gets up and it's just
Right. He's
Wow.
soft-spoken. He has really long hair
Brown
and
hair.
beard. And if
He looks like he should be in
like your-
Kansas or something.
kind of,
Yes.
or like your mom. Like your mom probably thinks he's a biker.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you know what I mean. But he's really soft-spoken and really nice. He's really smart. He's really kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like he has this crazy brain.
Yeah, but super smart, and he's a phenomenal person.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
powerful voice.
And the Polyphonic Spree, if you don't know who they are, check them out. It's like a weird, kooky choral cult.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with that thing. I mean, they don't exist anymore, but it was a very strange thing to have 65, 70 people all dressed alike singing these songs, but I liked it.
That would have been an expensive tour.
Yeah, which I think they only did major cities.
Yeah.
When they toured, they weren't going to bumfuck Arkansas. All right, coming in at number 6, I have Van Leer Rose by Loretta Lynn.
Oh.
And that record was produced by Jack White.
Mm-hmm.
And Van Leer Rose, The Story of My Life, Portland, Oregon, and Miss Being Mrs. Those are the standout songs for me. And I know, like I said before, a lot of people don't like Jack White, but I love him because he does what the fuck he wants, and he gives it 110%. And to me, it always turns out really good. To me.
Well,
Turns out. And this was like a big comeback record for Loretta Lynn. I think she won Grammys off of this and a lot of other awards. Her voice was strong. She was really into it, and if you ever watch any interviews from this time, you can see that she was like, people know who I am? Like, people are interested in me? This young man wants to produce my record? Oh, well, all right, then I'll do it, And it turned out really great. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Number 5, I have Angie Stone and her album called Stone Love. And no, she doesn't cover the whole song, but it's just a little interlude in the beginning.
Okay, I was wondering. I didn't even know if that was actually connected at all.
She didn't do that. But Lover's Ghetto and You're Gonna Get It. Angie Stone, another amazing, incredible R&B soul singer who should have had a bigger career, in my opinion. She had a lot of great people producing her stuff. I think Amir from The Roots and D'Angelo. She was in a relationship with D'Angelo, and I think he produced this record. And the songs are tight. She's really great. Live, she blows the roof off. Oh my God, she's amazing, Angie Stone. Love her. Coming in at number 4, I have Ride or Die by N.E.R.D. Nerd.
Oh, I've never heard them. I've seen the name 1,000 times, but I've never heard the stuff.
Yeah, they, so it's Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo. They were friends in high school in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And the two of them put this group together called N.E.R.D., and it's like, no one ever really dies. That's what it's an anagram for. And they've gone on to be huge and produce a lot of other people. Everybody's familiar with Pharrell Williams. But the two of them, like, it was this weird mishmash because there was no hip-hop from Virginia, especially Virginia Beach, Virginia. So they came in really strong with this record. And, I mean, hits. She Wants to Move and Lap Dance, and maybe especially Lap Dance. A lot of do 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 do. It's a mishmash of different genre, and it works. That's what I can say.
Is this where Pharrell Williams came from? Is this how we
This is how we know him. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And from this, like I said, he produced Missy Elliott and everybody, and did his own solo stuff, and Justin Timberlake, and Beautiful, I Just Want You to Know You're My Favorite Girl. You know that song. He produced that. He wrote it. Pharrell Williams is a monster. And also, I think he's a vampire. Because if you look at pictures of him in high school and a picture of him now, it looks exactly the same. And it's not just the case of black don't crack and brown don't frown. I mean, he still looks like he's 16.
Yeah.
Even though he has like kids and whatever, and a little wrinkly, but like it's crazy.
Even if you don't wrinkle, like you age and you look old. Like, Eddie Murphy hasn't wrinkled, but he looks older. Pharrell Williams doesn't even look older.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I want what he's having. I'll have what he's having. Then at number 3, I got Usher, Confessions, which was, I think, maybe his biggest album during this time period in the early 2000s. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know that song. Everybody knows it. You heard it in the drugstore. You heard it at the gas station. You heard it in the market. You heard it everywhere. And Little John, blah, 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 blah. Ugh, huge hit. And Caught Up and My Boo. Stone cold bangers. And he's going to be on Sports Bowl tomorrow at halftime show, which you will have seen by the time this show airs.
We're telling you this a little late, but
yeah. But he was I'll say right now, he fucking killed it. even though it's on tomorrow in real life, he crushes it.
Crystal's crystal ball is
Yes,
crystal clear.
It's crystal clear. Thank you. It's crystal clear that he dominated. Yeah, roller skating, fucking A, man, he's awesome. Then coming in at number 2, I almost forgot about this record. Desperate Youth, Bloodthirsty Babes by TV on the Radio.
Oh.
Staring at the Sun was the big hit from them. And they're this weird group. I don't know where they came from. Were they all black? I don't remember. But weird, odd songs, strange kind of music. It might take you a minute to get into it, but I think it's really good.
It is a little weird.
Yeah, a lot of experimental things going on. But I think you dig it. You should check it out, Tommy. You might like it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. But Staring at the Sun is a really good... Like, some of the vocals hurt my ears at times, which is not a good thing to say. But it's strange. Just check it out. But my number 1 album of 2004 is Scissor Sisters.
Ah.
Their debut self-titled album. Glam, funk, disco, soul, realness. Incredible. Like The Darkness. Shot right out of a cannon. And the biggest thing to me on this album is their unbelievable cover of Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Oh, you've spoken about this before.
Yes, it is a disco, funk, soul banger. I guarantee that you will like this song, that cover. It's so good.
I think that's what kind of got them recognition in the first place, right?
Yeah. Like smart people at... Did radio stations exist then?
2004?
Yeah, I guess they did.
I mean, less people were listening to them for sure.
Yeah. Because there was no MTV. Whatever. That's my number 1 record.
All right.
Yay me.
Okay, well, get ready. Get ready. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Is it commercials?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Thirst?
Yo, Thirst, what's up with the extra Sprite?
Brother, you can never be too far away from the crisp, thirst-quenching lemon lime goodness of Sprite. Now let's say some big old Sasquatch sits here on my left taking up the armrest and whatnot. I'ma be over here on my right with this Sprite.
So what about that one?
Now say some young honey dip sits over here on my left. I'ma spend my time over here with her, getting my drink on. Show her my motto. Ooh, ooh. Now this is gonna be interesting. Who's thirsty?
Well, all right, we are back.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Yeah. And it is time for me to give you my list.
Do it, Paul. Do it.
Tell us about 2004's Paul Core.
Yeah.
Oh, is there Paul Core in 2004?
Oh, he always finds some Paul Core.
There's always some Paul Core.
All right.
But I have a mention.
Oh.
I have a mention. Prince's Musicology.
It's not an
Mere
honorable mention.
I didn't even
It's
mention
not an
that.
honorable
It's
mention. That is
merely
a
an
mention.
acknowledgement.
It's an acknowledgement. Well, see, the thing is that album came out, and I remember everybody kind of going, yeah, now this one's good. There was this sort of general feeling of like his albums up to this point recently haven't been that good. This one's a return to form. I never thought it was that great.
I remember that.
Yeah,
and I
and
think-
then I went back to listen to it for this list, and it was like, there are like a couple songs on it. There's one song on it that sounds like it's straight off of Sign of the Times, but for the most part, like the first 4 songs is like his boring like funk workout thing where every song just sounds the same,
Yeah.
and it's like, ugh.
I think people got bamboozled by that single because it was so fire.
Maybe, but
Maybe. I don't know.
the album overall
That's
is
what I
not. It's not what it's cracked up to be.
No.
This album.
I'll tell you what, I had it as a placeholder on my list when I do my dump of everything I have to assess.
Yeah.
And that was on there. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, this is supposed to be his big comeback album and everyone praises this when I listened to it. And I was like, I didn't even put it in as an honorable mention.
Boom. That's exactly. I put it as a placeholder, and
Yep.
then that's why I listened to it.
I didn't even mention it.
Yeah. she didn't even bother with it.
I didn't even bother.
Yeah, but I thought I'll put it as a mention. But I don't really like the album. There are
Yeah.
a couple tracks I really like. Rest of it can jump in the lake.
Minnetonka.
But I do jump in the lake. Minnetonka.
purify itself.
Purify itself.
Yes. Musicology. Go purify yourself.
So,
Okay, but I do actually have 2 proper honorable mentions. One, Van Hunt.
oh,
Do you remember Van Hunt?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Van Hunt. You know, now I want to love that album more than I do. The opening track, Dust, is so fucking good. I don't think any of the rest of the album is even remotely as good, but the whole album is good. It's just such a, like, the So Sad About Us kind of effect. It's like the rest of it is just so much not on that level, but it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Van Hunt, the self-titled Van Hunt album. And then we have The Donnas with Gold Medal, which is probably my least favorite of the ones that I listened to of the later stuff.
Ooh,
it's a bit
Medal.
too slick sounding and too perfect and very processed. And Donna A sounds like she's been pitch corrected, and it's just like, it's just not the Donnas anymore.
Yeah.
But I have it as an honorable mention, even though I'm bitching about it. Okay. All right, so my actual list. I have a full 10 album list, and coming in at number 10, I have the Scissor Sisters with the Scissor Sisters.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I remember when that record came out. I didn't really hear them, though, until a couple of years later, because it was when I was doing the Persephone's Beast thing, and we were touring. There was a moment where there was like a minute there where we were maybe going to go on tour with them.
Oh, word.
We were going to be in, but that didn't happen. There were a lot of tours that were going to happen that didn't happen. That's one of them. And that's how I learned that's how I learned about this record. In the singles video for probably this year, I put the song Mary from the album, which I think is an incredible song.
Yeah.
But I went back and listened to the whole album for this list, and the whole album is pretty damn good. Like you said, it's kind of glam. There's glam stuff, there's disco stuff, and
It's funky.
it's good.
Really
it's a good record.
And the Pink Floyd cover rocks. Love it.
Okay, so coming in number 9. Number 9, I have The Return of Stereolab with Margarine Eclipse. I don't know if it's margarine or margarine. There's an E at the end of it. It's like margarine with an E.
That's British people.
Okay, it's okay. Got it.
Yeah.
It's like rumors with a U.
Like glycerine.
Yeah.
You know.
Glycerine. All right.
Margarine.
Yeah. Now this is the first Stereolab album after the 2002 death of Mary Hansen. One of the women in the band had died. She was hit by a car in London while riding her bike.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it took them a couple of years to kind of, regroup and do a new album, but they kind of did get back together, and there's a couple of things on it that are like in tribute to her. Oh, wow. But even with that, even with one of them being gone, like it's still a pretty good Stereolab album.
They didn't they didn't replace her?
No, it's just like I think they had 5 people before. They just came back as a 4-piece.
Oh, okay.
But number 8, I have Elton John.
What?
Peachtree Road. The follow-up to songs from The Big Chair. Songs from L.A. Songs from The Big Chair in L.A. Now, and I didn't know this until recently, but Peachtree Road, it's the street in Atlanta where Elton John had one of his many homes. But he's getting rid of that home, which is why he has this whole thing happening at Christie's.
That's right, yeah.
And that's how I learned what Peachtree Road was. I didn't know this.
Oh, well, the thing, sidebar, about Atlanta is that there are like 18 Peachtree Roads. No joke. It's like Peachtree Road, Peachtree Lane, Peachtree Street, Peachtree this, da-da-da-da-da. And... yeah, so... which
is why Elton John could put right on his album cover that his street is Peachtree Road, because good luck finding him anyway.
Yeah, you'll never find it.
Okay, so number 7. Okay, number 7. It's a band known as the Silver Seas, and I put it that way because they were originally called the Bees. Now, it's a band from Nashville. Originally known as the Bees when this record came out. This album's called Starry Gazy Pie. When this album came out, they were called the Bees, and it was a self-released thing. Okay? But then they ended up having to change the name to the Bees US because there was a UK band called the Bees. And then they ended up changing the name altogether to the Silver Seas, which I think is a better name. And then the album ended up coming out on the label. And it's really good. It's like kind of rootsy. It's a little bit kind of folky, but kind of like 70s... 70s AM radio folky. Maybe a little bit of a country lilt to it, but not in an obvious way. There are no slide guitars. There's no country twang to his voice. It's just kind of it's just a bit earthy.
Okay.
But it's really, really good songs.
No banjos.
No banjos. It's not overtly country. It's like a really light essence that you're getting in there that isn't, again, it's not overt. But anyway, okay, so number 6. the return, the triumphant return, in my opinion, of Tears for Fears.
Oh, yes.
Tears for Fears, their reunion album in 2004. Everybody loves a happy ending. Because there had been Tears for Fears album that whole time, but they were just rolling Orzabal.
Right.
This is when... what's his name? Kurt
Smith.
This is when Kurt comes back, and it's such a good record. It's a really great album. This... Not only is it a strong comeback album, but when I listen to this, I feel like this is the album that Seeds of Love should have been. When you go into the Seeds of Love after having heard the title track, the album that you expect that to be, that's what this album is.
Which we absolutely did not get.
You got it on this. It's such a good album. The single off it was Closest Thing to Heaven, which is one of my very favorite Tears for Fears songs
ever.
Period. Great record. Okay. Coming in at number 5. The Bees. Yes, this is the UK Bees. The Bees that actually made the US band have to change their name. But what's funny is that the UK band called the Bees, when their album was released in the US, their band name was changed to A Band of Bees.
Oh, Lord.
And this is an album called Free the Bees. Are you confused yet?
Yes. I need a Venn diagram of some sort. Or put that graphic of like triangle quadrant over my head.
But two entirely different bands with different sounds, but they both put out really great albums that year. This one was recorded all analog at Abbey Road, and it has this really great, like, genuine 60s sound to it. And the songs are really good, and I have it at number 5 on my list.
All right.
Okay.
More homework.
Coming in number 4, Tommy's gonna hate this one. This may be on. I predict this to be on his hate list, or if you haven't forgotten about it. Brian Wilson presents Smile.
I'd forgotten about that one.
You better add that to your list now.
No.
Your hate list. Okay, all right. So, yeah, we all know the whole story of Smile. You know, Brian tried to make the album with the Beach Boys in 66, 67, and then he got overwhelmed and went, and dropped the whole thing. And it became, the legend of it became bigger than the sum of the parts of the album itself and the whole thing. Finally, they were able to, like, corral him and get him into a studio and have him finish it. You know, the thing about it is this version of it, I like it. It was cool to be able to hear it in some sort of a finished form, but it's not the album they would have made.
Done, yeah.
Because there's like at least three album sides worth of material here. That would have been like a 40-minute 60s album at the time. It wouldn't have been, a lot of the stuff wouldn't have been on it. But again, it was really just kind of fun to finally go back and listen to all these songs that previously you only had like backing tracks for. It's like, oh shit, that's the vocal melody for that. Those are the lyrics. Oh damn, that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. And it's not, you know, the 60s one would have been better, but I loved this. I mean, I loved that it came out, and it was great to finally hear this stuff. And the band was really, really great. I actually went and saw Brian Wilson when he toured this album. They played this album in its entirety, and anybody who's heard this stuff knows there's so much stuff going on. All these little ding, clink, clink. Every little clink and fucking clank was replicated live. There were 100 people on that stage. It was so good. Neil Young sat right in front of me at the show.
Really?
I was the whole time going, there's Brian Wilson, there's Neil Young. I was half watching the show, half looking at Neil Young in front of me watching the show.
Where's that?
This place called Davies Symphony Hall in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. So, where am I at? That was my number 4. My number 3. My number 3 is the return. It's a lot of returns. Matthew Sweet. Matthew Sweet with Kimi Kazuki.
God bless you.
Yes. Well, this was initially released in 2003 in Japan only, hence the title. Then finally in the US they put it out in 2004. And, you know, he wrote this song. He wrote all the songs on this album in a week and made the record at home. He reunited his band that had backed him up on the Girlfriend album, and they made this album like really quickly, but did a really great job on it, and like did it as like a little thank you to Japan, because, you know, he had fallen off in the US, but of course as always Japan is always there for you.
Yes.
But ultimately it came out here in the US. this is easily his strongest later album, I think. He wrote these songs in a week, and I think it's easily his best later album. So,
all right,
it's one of those things where, like, he didn't get a chance to overthink it or overcook it.
Yeah.
So it's like, there we go.
Just do it.
All right, number 2. The return of the Ocean Blue.
Paul Core galore.
Now you want to talk about Paul Core? Yeah, wow. The Ocean Blue. Now this, I told you guys, I think it was '99 when Davy Jones's Locker came out, and I said that was kind of their last hurrah for a while, and they kind of went off, and David Shelzel went out and like he went to school and like got a real job, and well, they ended up coming back, and this was their first thing when they came back. This was an EP that they put out in 2008 that they have since expanded into a full album because they had other tracks from the time. And one second. All right. And it was really, really strong. I mean, I think it's way, way, way better than the last album they did before they kind of went on hiatus. And the word at the time was that they were doing this EP just as a little toe in the water, like here's this, and then they were going to come right back within the next year with a whole new album. That didn't happen. They didn't put out another album for a few years, but they did return as a live act. And there's a really great song on here by Ed Ronnie called Ticket to Wyoming. Incredible fucking song. It is so good. I was on tour with Persephone's Bees, and when we were in the van, each person would get a turn playing music. Okay, now I'm going to play a track or an album or whatever. And I was playing this. I played that track, and Bart Davenport, he goes, "What is this? Who is this?" And I said, "Oh, this is the Ocean Blue." This is. He goes, "Oh," he goes, "Really?" He goes, "This sounds like what the Smiths would sound like if I liked them." And I was like, boom, that is exactly what that song sounds like. It's a great song. But anyway, so my number 1.
That's good. I like that.
But my number 1, who would think this person would get a number 1 album from me this late in the game?
Uh-oh.
Todd Rundgren.
What?
Liars.
2004?
One of the best Todd Rundgren albums. And what's more, it's all keyboards.
Really?
And I love this fucking album. When it was coming out and there were a couple of clips online, I listened to them like, man, I don't know about this album. This doesn't sound like it's going to be for me. And then it came out and I got to hear a couple of full tracks. I'm like, oh, no, I kind of can see this. So I bought it. Incredible album. It's just, it's a concept album, Liars. It's all about different forms of non-truth, all kinds of different, in different capacities. It's really well done lyrically. Every song is fucking great, and it runs all together. It's one of those albums that runs all together. There's no break. It doesn't, the song doesn't fade out, blank, next song starts. It all runs together. It's this whole suite of great songs, and I think it's one of his strongest albums of all time. I will take this over some of his 70s albums.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So there you go, Todd Rundgren with Liars.
I never even heard of this.
On the cover is him. The cover is like a really early digital camera photo, like a Mavica photo or something of him in his PJs, dressed as the Easter Bunny. Like he has a you've seen it? Like he's on the ground and he has bunny ears on and a nose, and he has like a basket with eggs.
Right. Oh, that's
and that, which kind of represents like the lie of the Easter Bunny, I guess. That's kind of the lies in the album that are depicted are of all sorts.
Todd Rundgren, kooky genius.
Yeah. Huh. Anyway, so there you go. My 2004. And
I dig it.
Okay, all right.
I got stuff to listen to now.
Commercial time.
I thought you said school's out forever.
No. The song goes, school's out for summer. Nice try, though.
School's in. Everything you need's here and ready to go, even if your kids aren't.
Isn't this fun?
Staples, that was easy.
All right, we are back. And Tommy is going to gush over 2004.
Yes. Oh boy, I cannot wait.
Did you get 10 albums?
Hell no, I didn't get 10 albums.
Did you get more than 3?
Fuck out of here. I did get more than 3.
Okay, you got 4 then. All right.
No, I got 5 actually.
What?
Oh, 5.
I got 5. Yeah.
Shocking.
Although a couple of them were like, okay, this is not bad. Some good stuff. All right, so my number 5 for 2004 is the Beastie Boys with To the Five Boroughs. It's okay.
It's all right.
It's all right.
I completely missed that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's all right. I want to like it more than I do.
Than you actually do.
Sadly, I think they're actually. I think the last actually really good Beastie Boys album was probably Hello Nasty. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have never even listened to the last one.
To the Five Boroughs. Well, that's not even the last one.
Yeah.
The last one is Hot Sauce Committee Part 2.
Oh shit.
Which is
clearly I haven't listened to that
weaker
one.
than even the
not
Five
good.
Boroughs. Yeah.
It's not good.
My number 4, we've got a band from, I believe, Norway, a glam rock revival band called Wigwam. 667, The Neighbor of the Beast. Now, this album,
That sounds like something Phil would do.
This is but they're playing it dead straight though. The thing is that they, even though they're playing it dead straight, they're some of it still comes across as quite corny, and in a way that's not good. But there is also some really, really good stuff that these guys have, and it's like, oh shit! Like some of this material they put out, had they been a thing in the '80s, they would have made just all of the money ever. Like
it's a metal band?
Yeah, it's like a glam metal kind of thing.
Metal.
Now, is it something you knew about at the time, or something you recently got turned on?
No, I got hit to them in around 2005, actually.
Okay, so it was pretty new when you first started.
Yeah, they were kind of like blowing up. I think they had a song that won Eurovision in like 05 or 06 or something, and like that's how I got hip. And they've got some stuff that's just like, just generic bullshit. Third-rate hair metal knockoff shit, but they've also got some stuff that's just so undeniably amazing. And it's like, what? So yeah, Wigwam. My number 3. This one kind of surprised me actually. This is a recent thing that I've been listening to a lot, and I can thank Melissa for this.
Yay, Melissa.
My number 3 is 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance.
What?
Interesting.
What?
Yes, I am as surprised by this turn of events as you are. Well, so one of the shows that we're doing soon is in April. We are going to be doing at Berlin here in New York City. We're going to be doing a set of My Chemical Romance and a set of Green Day.
What?
And I will be actually playing guitar in the Green Day set along with Salchi on drums and Enrique on bass.
Oh, God.
And the My Chemical Romance set is going to be Melissa on guitar with Al Javier.
Really?
And who do we got on bass? We got Emily's on bass.
Oh my God.
And we got Vic on drums for that. And
really?
And so, as can be imagined, Melissa has been working on the My Chemical Romance material for months now.
Yeah.
And so I've been hearing nothing but My Chemical Romance stuff. And God damn it if the stuff hasn't grown on me.
Oh, they got him.
As is wont to happen.
As is wont to happen. Edit, because I'm low on battery. I have to plug in the phone.
So
wow.
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
3 Cheers.
Yeah. Now, I was actually aware of them at the time that record came out because they had, I think once or twice a month MTV would play a video. And at one point they played the song I'm Not Okay, I Promise, or something like that. I forget what the actual name of the title is. I'm Not Okay, Honest, or something like that. It's all for that album, and I thought it was the catchiest shit I'd ever heard. And I was like, I shouldn't like this band, but I really like this song. I'm not going to explore this any further.
Yeah, I'm not going to allow myself to go down this dark road.
Yeah, I was like, I just left this pop punk stuff behind. No more. But yeah, there's some really, really good stuff that these guys have done. My number 2. Dragon Force is back again. With their follow-up, Sonic Firestorm.
Drink, everybody. Sonic Firestorm.
And my number 1 for 2004 by a landslide. And I would have never expected at this point in time that this band had this in them. Green Day, American Idiot.
I had a feeling.
This is a fantastic album. This is truly a fantastic album. It's probably some of the finest work they've ever done. And they were pretty deep into their career at that point. But this was a major comeback for them, and it made them absolutely relevant again.
Well, that's kind of cemented them, I think.
Yes.
They were going to kind of...
They were on the downside.
They were going to just kind of go away, but this is kind of like brought them to where they're an all-time band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is a fantastic album. It's an actual rock opera.
Right, but also I think they expanded their palette has a lot more colors on it now.
Oh, significantly more.
Yeah.
Yes,
So.
this is not Dookie.
Yeah.
This is a totally different experience.
My friend Rebecca was in the Broadway show.
Oh, wow.
She played the girl.
Okay.
She was the lead.
The girl.
That was the character's name, the girl. Because it was about a couple. And I think he had a name, but she was called the girl.
The girl.
Yeah. And I designed t-shirts for the crew and the cast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Yep.
Well, all right.
That's it.
There we go. Tommy's favorite albums of 2004. Okay. All right. And these are my favorite commercials of 2004.
Mushrooms! Pepperoni peppers! Mushrooms!
Guys, stop fighting! I've got the new Pizza Hut 4 for all.
What do you know?
Well, I know that 4 pizzas in one box with 18 possible toppings based on chance and probability gives you 6,321,000 topping options.
I knew that.
The amazing new 4 for all pizza from Pizza Hut is simply genius. 4 different pizzas, so everybody gets the pizza they want for just $11.99.
Beauty before brand. Stop!
All right, we are back.
Can we hate on things now?
I'm hating.
I hate
it. Oh, that's right. It's me first. Okay, so I got 4 things that I hate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you hate this year much less than you did 2003.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Maybe because I wasn't paying that much attention. I guess there's more to hate, but I just wasn't. I was trying to...
Ignorance is a bliss.
Not pay attention.
Well, give us your 4 hated items.
All right. I have Phantom Planet. California.
I don't know this.
It was a theme to the show The OC.
California.
Tommy knows. See?
Yeah.
I knew you'd know that. And Saturday Night Live, a million years later, did a sketch based around that fucking song. It's the sketch is called The Californians.
Yeah.
So it's just them all with blonde wigs on, like so you got to go to the 405 to the 202 and the yeah, which is funny.
The 405 to the 202 to the that's how you get to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, basically. And god damn that song. It's like the bop of that time. Yeah, it was.
Oh shit.
It was not good. So then I've got the Coach Whips. That's one word, Coach Whips, and their epic release called Bangers versus Fuckers.
It's important to distinguish between the two.
Between the two.
You're not wrong.
You know, I ain't hip. Well, I don't know anything about this.
So the only reason I know about them is because one of my students from this time period, I don't know what the hell he was listening to, because he was like this young black kid from the ass end of Brooklyn. And he would come in like, Miss D, have you heard this? And it's just like the weirdest songs ever. I don't know if he was listening to some random college radio station or what. But he came in and he's like, oh yeah, miss, because he prided himself on knowing a lot about non-black music. And he's like, oh yeah, the Coach Whips, they're awesome. And I was like, what the fuck is a Coach Whip? What are you talking about? And he's like, oh yeah, bangers versus fuckers. Because he didn't want to say it out loud. And I said, you can say it out loud in front of me, but I don't know what that is. And he burned it on a CD.
Okay.
And gave it to me, and I lasted, I don't know, a minute or so with each song. And
you did not share his enthusiasm.
I didn't, and he was kind of heartbroken that I didn't like it, because he thought I would like it for some reason. I don't know why.
Well.
But, yeah. Bangers versus Fuckers.
Okay,
Check
well,
it out.
I'll stay the course of not knowing about it.
No, I don't know that. But then my number one It's a tie.
Oh.
It's a tie. Oh, and what a tie it is. All right. So we got Inspiration by William Hung.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Now, everybody should know who this kid is. He was a contestant on American Idol, this young Asian kid, and he was doing a cover of Ricky Martin's She Bangs.
She Bangs.
And it was just terrible, but I love the kid's enthusiasm, and everybody made fun of him, and that was awful. But you know what? This is one of the biggest examples ever of somebody turning lemons into millions of dollars of lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay? So somebody signed him, put out this record, and was it all covers? I don't know, but obviously She Bangs, I think maybe he did it 3 times on the record, but it's William Hung, but it's tied with the album called Asshole by Gene Simmons. So bad.
Yeah.
You guys have heard this, right?
Oh yeah. I got news for you. I bought that the day it came out.
Oh no! Drink.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, how could you not?
Yeah.
I didn't, but yeah. So that's my tie for number 1, Bad Stuff of 2004.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we have here.
Can you top that? Can you beat that?
William Hung, I think, takes the cake, but...
Oh, man. Asshole. Gene. Oh, yeah. Gene.
Okay.
So Gene. So on brand.
I have exactly 2 for the worst of the year.
All right.
I mean, William Hung is only not on my list because I overlooked it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of there, but whatever.
It's there in spirit.
It's there in spirit. But my runner-up, R.E.M. with Around the Sun.
Ooh.
By far the worst R.E.M. album. By far.
In every way.
It's the Endless Wire. R.E.M.
Oh.
Like, they just sound like they don't even want to be there. It's just... Actually, Endless Wire is a better album. Endless Wire is a better album.
Wow.
Yeah, they just sound like they don't want to be there. The songs are just boring. It doesn't... It sounds like they're making it in their sleep.
Who's in the band at this point?
It's the 3 of them without Bill Berry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just... And they didn't want to be there. Like, they literally were just kind of like...
Was this a contractual obligation?
Oh. And it's terrible. It's by far the worst R.E.M. album. It's the only one I don't even own. Like, you know what an R.E.M. guy I am. I got a chance to hear it before it came out, fortunately. So the day that came out, guess what I didn't buy?
That?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. But my number 1 worst of the year, Gene Simmons with Asshole. Oh shit! You know, there are a couple of tracks on it. I think the opening track is pretty good. It's like a good basic Gene song. But overall, that is a terrible album.
That is abominable.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And the cover.
Oh boy.
You know, and his cover of his cover version of Firestarter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And have you seen the video? He's trying so hard to be edgy. You know, like it's just so.
All right, I need 20. Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
I need like 25 young kids to come in here and tell me what's hot in the videos, and then that's what we're gonna do.
Exactly. So, Tommy, what do you hate even worse than stuff you already hate from this year?
All right. Well, okay. So I actually have 2 dishonorable mentions before I get to my worst of the year. So my first dishonorable mention is William Shatner with Has Been.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, Bill.
Now, I'll tell you what. I saw this because I was as I go through the charts and everything. Like I grabbed because just as I do a list dump of stuff to assess for best ofs, I will also frequently do that for stuff that's like got to be so egregiously bad I have to assess that for my worst ofs. And obviously, I saw that and I was like, well, I mean.
Hello.
Yeah. So I put that in my mishmash of dishonorable mentions that I had to weed through, and I listened to it, and I listened to the first track. It opens with a cover of Pulp's "Common People."
Yes.
And I got to tell you, Ben Folds worked on this album.
I put this on my singles.
Ben Folds worked on this album. I got halfway through that cover of Common People, and I'm like, oh no, I'm actually enjoying this.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but it's actually really cool.
It worked.
The reimagining of Common People.
Because of Ben Folds.
Yes, it's the genius of Ben Folds, yes.
Yeah. So
and I
good.
believe it's Joe Jackson singing the hook.
Yeah, Joe Jackson's on that record.
Yeah.
Yes, he's singing the hook on that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shatner talking his way through it, and it just fucking works. And I'm like, I get to the end of that song, and I'm like, did I just accidentally discover a song I'm going to put in my like honorable mentions or like an album I'm going to put in my honorable mentions? Like, is this a fun album? And then I listened to the rest of the album. I was like, oh no, this is going in. This is going where I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, just the single.
Yeah, just the single. Common People off that Shatner record. It's actually shockingly fun. It's a really good time. But the rest of that record, ooh, no.
That's a no boy.
It is a very strong no boy. My other dishonorable mention. God, it hurts me to do this to these guys. Twisted Sister with Still Hungry.
Oh, yes.
You feel me, right?
Man, I overlooked a lot of bad stuff from
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Still Hungry?
Talk about an album that I wanted to be better than it was.
I know. It sounds so tired and forced and plotting and just... Yeah. I think they tuned down.
They did.
And they sound more tired. And it's really, really bassy and full and punchy, which I guess was their whole thing, is that, they didn't never like Stay Hungry because it didn't sound heavy and blah, 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 whatever. They didn't get the rights to reissue it, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Unfortunately, also, oftentimes with bands that we like, they sometimes have opinions that we don't necessarily agree with, and they're like, oh, we don't like what Tom Werman did to us on Stay Hungry, and it didn't really truly represent us, whatever. And then, they've gone back and forth with some verbal sparring in the press. He says some shit about them, they say some shit about him, like, oh, he didn't want us to even put, we're not going to take it on the album, I had to get down on my knees and beg for him to put it on the album, like all this shit.
Really?
Yeah, so all sorts of nonsense. So 2004 comes around, and they're like, we're going to go in and we're going to re-record Stay Hungry so it sounds like the way we had always envisioned it. It's the Star Wars special edition of a Twisted Sister album.
Absolutely. And I was very excited for this because I'm one of those people that always kind of wished that Stay Hungry had sounded like You Can't Stop Rock and Roll.
Sure.
So I kind of thought, I knew they couldn't do exactly that, but I was really interested to hear what they could do. Because live, they were still fucking kick-ass. So I thought, in my mind, they're totally capable of nailing this. Boy, did they not nail it.
No, that's the thing. That's what sucks about it, because they would have absolutely been capable of nailing it. I also saw them in like 05 or 06. They still had AJ Perro on drums.
Totally could have done it.
Forces of Nature blew my goddamn mind. And I'm hypercritical when I go to shows because I play shows. I know what's going on. I can only pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right.
You're not going to fool me. So the volume of it all is not going to make me think a band is better than they actually are.
Right.
They killed it.
They were absolutely cranking.
This, boy, did they miss the mark.
Yeah. This isn't down to the inability to do it. It's bad choices that they made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did all the wrong things with this record. It's just the wrong vibe, the wrong energy. They're trying to make it sound really modern and heavy. Yeah. They tune down.
And the tuning down makes it sound tired. That's what takes away energy.
It takes a sheen away when you drop the key of a song. If you've never done that, if you're not really, into the process of making music and played with song keys, if you raise the pitch of a song, it brightens it. It makes it peppier, gives it more energy.
Snappy peppy.
If you drop the key, now if no one has a higher key version to compare it to, you will be none the wiser.
Grunge.
Yes. Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
But if you do a cover of a song and you do it in a lower key than the original, it is inherently going to sound tired compared to the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the same band covering themselves, and by dropping the key, it took all the fun out of the music.
Yeah. It just...
And it's called Still Hungry?
Still Hungry.
Yeah. But that is not my worst of the year.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Oh, wow.
But wait, there's more.
My worst of the year. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready for a trifecta? Asshole by Gene Simmons. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding? What is that pile of shit? I listened to that whole record thinking, okay, there's got to be some kind of surprise coming up. It just gets worse. It just gets worse as it goes.
Yeah. You know, and at the time, one of the reasons why I bought it the day it came out is I thought this could be really cool because I do really like the '78 Gene album. I liked that he did a lot of different styles on it, and I thought that he'll probably do this. He doesn't have to stick to the Kiss thing. He'll do different styles. Like he'll probably do his like Beatles Gene thing. What he does other styles, shitty styles. It's terrible.
It sounds like he's doing shtick the whole time.
Yeah.
Shtick, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it should
like
be
he's some kind
of stuff.
Yeah, he's some kind of huckster, some kind of...
Yeah.
It's just... Gene on that album... Yeah, Gene on that album proves his critics right, though. Anyone who ever criticized Gene's, he's barely a musician, he's got no talent, Kiss sucks, da-da-da. You put out a record like that, you're proving your critics right. You're basically demonstrating that you aren't actually that talented.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a fuck.
I know he doesn't give a fuck, nor do
the
many
diehard Kiss fans.
I
mean, because the diehard Kiss fans are paying $1,000 to meet him and get him to give him a fucking cassette tape of the outtakes of Asshole, or whatever these lunatics do.
The outtakes of Asshole.
I mean, there was like he put out a box set like Gene Simmons' Vault.
Yeah.
Where if like you paid like $10,000, he would come deliver it to your house.
It was the Vault with all his demos, like a collection of all his demos from the 70s and 80s.
And like I don't know, he'll come sign your tongue or whatever the fuck he'll do. I
have MP3s of that entire box set, or that entire vault.
Oh god.
Is there any? Okay, so it's got to be like over 100 songs. How much of that shit is
a lot of discs.
How much of that shit is worth your time in any
You know, there's a handful of songs on it, but mostly it's a lot of just crap. Yeah.
Gene.
And there are people who paid thousands
of dollars for this damn thing.
Yeah, those but it's signed, and I'm one of only 50,000 people who got it.
Whatever. Yeah. No, Gene.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, this is rare. This doesn't often happen on As It Should Be, where we all had the same.
Yeah.
We've come close many times. We'll have a 2 out of 3.
I think this may actually be the very first trifecta we've had in any capacity.
This might be.
I mean, no. The bottom of the list of the Who.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But on one of our albums of the year.
Proper ones, yeah. Well, way to go, Gene. You managed to.
Gene is a uniter.
You brought us all together. Because Gene is all about healing.
That's true.
Is he?
He's for the children.
The return of healing.
Return of healing, yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, healing.
The return of healing.
I forgot healing.
Thank you, Gene. All right.
Thanks,
Gene. Let's go to a commercial.
Let's go. Yeah, let's just go.
Well, to answer your questions, no, I would not have voted for the Iraq War. I never saw an imminent threat with Saddam Hussein, and I don't believe we should be using force unless it's an absolute last resort. I am pro-choice, and I'm a strong believer in affirmative action. It's the right thing to do. It works. It's about the American idea of equal opportunity, and I don't care what the other candidates say. I don't think Outkast is really breaking up. Andre 3000 and Big Boy just cut solo records, that's all.
All right.
I'm Wes Clark, and I approve of this message.
All right. Well, thank you guys for going through 2004 with us. And many more great years to come, right? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody, thank you.
No.
Thank you for watching.
Agree to disagree.
And, thank you for subscribing if you have, but if you haven't, subscribe. And if you do subscribe,
ring the bell.
Notifications.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
No.
Oh, right, we forgot.
We need to give him a little treat.
Yeah.
What, in what form?
How about Vintage Photo Time?
All right, well, here's Crystal in 2004, and she says, a zillion years ago, I was in an all-female Vespa gang, not a club, called Donne Veloci, which means fast women in Italian. It was a very fun time riding all over the city. During the yearly New York City scooter rally, I always led rides to different places. This particular year, it was to the amazing Socrates Sculpture Park in Queens. We produced 2 calendars over the years and donated the proceeds to various women's center charities. And this is me in 2004. with Ron Jeremy. Yeah, he asked me with Ron Jeremy. You know, I've spoken many times about working over near the Virgin Megastore, and I would take lunches and I would go over there and browse around. Well, on this one particular day, I happened to be in there, and there was a notice, I think maybe a sign or whatever, letting us all know that Ron Jeremy was going to be there that day to do an in-store to promote his porn business, Metro. And, well, it was going to be just as I was getting off work that day, so right after I got off work, I went right over there and I queued up, and I met old Ron Jeremy and got this shot with him. So I wasn't going to miss that chance. And I think maybe it was the next day at work, I had that photo up on screen on my computer, and a coworker came up and in all seriousness goes, "Oh, who's that? Is that your dad?" Is that my dad? No, Ron Jeremy is not my dad. And this is Tommy in 2004. He says, "Me and my sister Erica in 2004. You can see that I'm already starting to grow my hair out again. I was at this point officially done with the punk thing. I'd been emotionally done for some time now, but now it was official." There you go. That is Crystal and me and Tommy 20 years ago in 2004.
Photos.
All right, there we go. Yeah, that's us in 2004. And this is us in 2024, getting the hell out of here. We'll see you next week when we discuss our favorite albums of 2005. See you then.
Bye.
All right, so now we're 2004 in. And
I don't know why, but we are.
We are.
Because we have to. Fans demand it.
Doing it for the people.
You what?
We're doing it for the people.
Doing it for the people?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the people. That's what this channel's all about. It's all about the people.
It's for the people.
The people.
Yeah.
People. All right, people.
And for the children.
People.
As it should be is for the children.
For the children. For the children.
He's in hell laughing along. Old dirty bastard.
Okay. All right.
Well, all right.